I love being black. All right, people, come on in. Come on in tonight. It's good to be living. We coming late tonight. Appreciate you for allowing me to come in your homes and your private spaces. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, people. I tell you, it's a lot going on. Folks are they yet shouting and praising God, but they full of the devil. They full of the devil. I tell you, people, if I look at some of you guys and see that the God that you serve is make me want to run away. Real talk. We got a political beast out here. And and we all know when that word politician, it means a liar. They lie, they do whatever and say whatever they got to say just to get into that office because they know it's going to take you every bit of 2 years or 4 years to vote them out. But I'm glad tonight that we got an ability to research people backgrounds and their education and their businesses. We can look that up now. We no longer have to be in the dark. I appreciate all my wonderful people. Come on in, people. I need you to make sure those of you just coming in, we're talking about the political things, political transgression. That's what we're talking about tonight. And I promise you, I'm not going to be super long. I just want to hit it and get up off of it and just, hey, and put it out there. See, once it's in the internet, you can take it down, but it's still up. Always remember that. And I tell people I'm live, uncut, and unedited. Listen, once you say it, you can't take it back. Can't take it back. Political transgression. That's what I want to talk about today. Politics. Politics. Lying wonders. Have you ever met a person that lies so much they believe their own lie? I've met a lot of people like that. They lie so much they believe their own lie. I tell you, they make it a practice to lie, to deceive, to mislead. That's what they do. But tonight, somebody gonna be found wanted tonight. Somebody gonna get exposed tonight. We're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. And for those of you out there that love to tell half truth, but I've been taught that half truth is a whole lie. Let me say that again. Half truth is a whole lie. So don't get up on here and you running for office, you telling half truth. Nothing but a whole lie. You got some folks, they naturally hateful, they envy, they jealous, they mad. They mad. We know better. We should not desire another man's wife or another man's woman or another man's property or another man's position. What God has for you, it is for you. Things are done in seasons, people. There's a time to reap. There's a time to sow. There's a time to reap. There's a time to cast stones. And there's a time from refraining from casting stones. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to cry. There's a time to live. And there's a time to die. There's a time to be upset. And there's a time to celebrate, to be happy. We're talking about political transgression. We got a hot race going on here in Dalton, Illinois. We got a hot race in Riverdale, all over. It's hot race. Folks are putting bad news out. They putting lies out on each other. Some folks are bringing the receipts. They telling the truth and shaming the devil. That's what they are doing. And people, this thing that we've been talking about for the last 3-4 years with Tiffany is about to come to an end. And some of our content creators, I don't know what y'all gonna go on next, because it's finna be over. You have to find another niche, or you're gonna lose all your audience that you build up. So I advise you to start looking in other areas to talk about. You can keep it political, keep it real. I don't know why I'm saying it, but you got some folks, they want you to be good and do well, but not better than them. I tell you, people, there's enough room for all these content creators out here. Everybody got their specialty. Some folks known to be messy. Some folks known to be liars. Some folks known to bring them receipts. Some folks have an intellectual conversation. Some folks tell the truth and shame the devil. We all got our niche. We all got our strengths. But it goes always back to the Bible that iron sharpens iron. And if we fight each other, we can never go nowhere. But if we compliment one each other and we helping each other, we'll begin to be great. People, the people in Dalton have suffered for so long, people, so long. And what I witnessed at the Jason house party, I call it, they were crying. They was finally relieved from all the work that they put in. They finally said, man, we got her. It's over. It's over. People, we're going to open up the phone lines tonight. And I want to hear from the people tonight. I want to hear from the people tonight. Make sure you guys tag somebody, share this video. I just popped on tonight, and I just want to talk a little bit. I promise you, I'm not going to be too long, but I do want to take some phone calls, and I appreciate my YouTube family. I appreciate my Twitter family, my Facebook family. I need you guys to share the video so we can talk. Cassandra Hobson, an independent candidate for Dalton, mayor of Dalton, for the village of Dalton. Now, I made a live, and I showed people that she was a preacher. I showed people that she was running for mayor, which we all knew. I showed a commercial. I showed her some love. But those of you that's in the messenger didn't show her no love. But I told the truth and shamed the devil. I even invited her to come on. I truly did. It's on the record. It's on the record. People, listen. You can run, but you can't hide. And one thing I tell people, you can't be Jesus on Sunday only or on Saturday. Then you're going to raise hell on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. You can't do it. That's not Jesus type behavior. See, Jesus is going to come back one day, and he's going to tell some of us, depart from me. I know you're not. You're a worker of iniquity. Now, you know, folks use religion as a front, as a game to manipulate, to con folks, to make people feel good, and knowing they full of the devil, full of lies. They speaking things from the imagination of their hearts. And what they're speaking about is not biblical. It's something that they are bringing out from their imagination. And the scripture don't bag it up, what they're saying. And we got these preachers out here. They love your money. They don't care nothing about you. They love your money. And they're trying to finesse you out of your money. That's what it's all about. You got to be careful, people, when people conversation is all about money. Money, money, money. Now, Zig Ziglar, a well-renowned motivational speaker, and I believe he's deceased now, he said money is right up there with oxygen. You can't live without it. And we know it. But we don't want to sell our soul out for money. It's a thing that we should say in the street. Those of you that's in the street and know anything about the street, some of us don't. All money ain't good money. And I still hold to that terminology. Some money you just got to turn down and look the other way and say, no, I don't want no parts of it, because there come problems with it. I'm telling you, you got folks out here that's cussing folks out because they don't like what nobody said to them. Now you get in the pulpit Sunday talking about, oh, how I love Jesus. That's what you're saying. But just Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or even Saturday night, you cuss somebody out. I'm going to tell you, you can't put God on the shelf and think you can take him off the shelf when you want to. You got to be about God every day of the week, 7 days a week. You said, well, Martin, ain't none of us perfect. Well, you're right. But we better be perfect in love. We better be perfect in love. There's no excuse why we can't love one another. I'm telling you, people, it's real. Folks, they'll tell you everything about them. They won't tell you about their faith in God. God said, if you deny me before men, I'm going to deny you before the Father, which is in heaven. That's what Christ said, the Son of the living God, Jesus Christ, the anointed one, the lily of the valley. So listen to my people. Trust me. When you go to that voting poll, make sure you vote for the person that can help your group, your race. Because you got some folks, they raise a lot of hell, and I'm not cussing, because they need something. It's all about them. It's all about them. And that's why a lot of us, we can't get ahead, because people are afraid to help us, because we get in these positions and we forget the hole that we crawled out of. Yes, I said the hole. The hole that we crawled out of. We forget about the conversations that we used to have. Now, I understand that some of us, we can't live an ordinary life when we become a politician. We can't do the things that we used to do. And I understand that. But we can hold on to our integrity. We can bring information back to the community. Listen, people, this is what's going on. How do you feel about me voting on a tax hike? How do you feel about we give away homes for $1? People, we got to be careful who we let in these offices, in these seats. And if they can't represent us, we don't need to vote for them at all. We don't need no selfish man or woman in office if they can't speak up for our group, for our group. Somebody said this is the Lord's Day, Sunday. And folks around here cussing and fussing, mistreating people, giving people the evil eye, staring at them, throwing bad vibrations out at them, and you want somebody to vote for you, you got to be crazy. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. You're bipolar. They said, well, Martin, who you talking about? If the shoe fit, wear it. I don't have to name names. I'm keeping it 100% real. Some of us are sick. And you think we don't know your scheme, what you're trying to do. We know your scheme. Now, listen, I've always been told that there's a difference when somebody laughing at you and laughing with you. And some folks, they see your angle or your intent. They know it. They may not say anything, but they know it. People, the scripture says some men's sins are open before the judgment. Open. They see it. Have you ever looked at a person and you said, man, that person looks like a crackhead? Have you ever looked at a person and said, that person seemed to be very intelligent? That person seemed to be a prostitute. That person seemed to be well off. No, we have these judgments of people when we see each other. And sometimes when we don't hold what we see, we begin to get deceived. Folks tell us anything. Anything. Folks, I believe that we should question all these politicians. If you say you've been in the military, we need to see your DD-214. If you say that you're a college education, we need to see your transcripts or your diploma. Real talk. We need it. We need it, people. We need it. And we got to stop taking these people's word. We got to start doing some investigation. We don't need no politician doing a job fair for us, coming in and lecture slide with us, doing a line dance or visiting our church. And what we say, she cool, they cool, he cool. No. This is about business, people. When we got people over us making decisions that can affect us for a long time. And I know a lot of you are religious and you don't believe in the voting process. And I understand that. But guess what? If you don't vote, you don't have a right to say anything. You ought to be quiet. And we need to look at these people's voting records. Don't tell me you're running for office and you never vote. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that you want to be in a political position, but your voting record shows something else. Somebody come on, talk to me tonight. I'm telling the truth and shame the devil. That's what I'm doing tonight. See, you can't treat me like trash and think you're going to get in the pulpit Sunday and say, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, praise the Lord. No, you're going to leave your aims at the altar and you're going to come back and straighten it up and apologize to me. That's real talk. That's what you're going to do. That's what you should do as a leader, as a spiritual leader that you claim to be. And people, one thing I learned about certain businessmen, this is what I learned about. If you get a businessman that always change their number every year, you better watch them. You better watch them. And you get another businessman always changing his name. Now, last year his name was Tony Slick. Now, this year his name is Tony Blue. You got to watch them names too, people. Let me hold on, people. Let me open up these phone lines. I ain't even calling in myself. Let me open up the phone lines so you guys can talk. But I feel good tonight, people. I feel good tonight. I really do. I feel good. Hold on, callers. I'm calling in because they calling. So I'm telling y'all people, watch these people and listen. I'm at the age where I know everybody that's friendly toward Martin Johnson isn't Martin Johnson's friend. You got to know the difference. You got to know the difference, people. And I know the difference. I know the difference, people. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. We got a couple of callers, and we're going to take some callers, but I'm fired up tonight, people. And listen, those of you that is in Dalton, this should be y'all number one motto: never again. Never again. Never again. We're going to research, and we're going to hold every elected official accountable for their actions. That's what we're going to do. All right, we got a couple of callers. 9433, you're first. Go ahead. 9433. She just keep calling. How many times you gonna call? 94. Okay, 580. Come on, Eric. 2067. Come on, 2067. 2067. Come on, caller. Can you hear me? 2067. Last four digits of your number. I hope I can hear you. Hey, caller, can you hear me? 2067. They keep calling. I don't know what's going on. All right. 2067. Come on in, people. We're not going to take it no more. We're not going to take it no more, people. All right. Can 587, can you hear me? Well, let me clear the board. What I'm going to do is, let me clear the board, people, and let me call in. Everybody call back. I'm going to clear the board. Then we're going to retry it. We're going to try it again. Clear the board, everybody. We're going to try it again. I'm going to clear the board, and we're going to try. Everybody. Clear the board. You guys call back. That's what we're going to do. All right. Clear the board. All right. Let me log out and log back in. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're going to tell the truth on this channel. We're not going to be messy, and we're going to tell the truth and shame the devil. Don't come on here and tell us you running for political office and you don't want nobody to talk to you. You don't want nobody to say anything to you. You don't want nobody to question you. I dare you, and you want my vote? Get up out of here. We're not going to play that, people. You want my vote? You need to sit down and have a conversation with me. And I should be able to ask you, why should I vote for you? Why should I vote for you? Why? Why should I vote for you? All right, people. It's acting up. My little thing acting up tonight. Let's see. Must not be meant for nobody to call in because it is acting up. All right, can y'all hear me? I don't know. All right, let me hang up. All right, but let me get back to this. I'm going to get back to y'all callers because something ain't right. I don't know what's going on. I might just have y'all call my phone number direct at 872 number. 872-297-6389. Call that number. And maybe that call at 872-297-6389. For those of you just tuned in, we're talking about political transgression. Folks out here want our vote, but they don't want to talk to us. They feel like we're beneath them. But you want my vote. You want my vote. My one or two votes, my one vote can make a difference. Can make a difference. Can make a difference, people. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Folks coming on here and they want to talk. I want to hear from them. But I tell you, people, those that live in Dalton, you better do the right thing. You better vote for the persons that's going to take Dalton to the next level. Take them to the next level. That's real talk. All right, I'm going to shut down the phone lines. I need to shut him down. I'll come back to him. All right, let me just talk. I'm gonna shut down the phone lines, people. I just shut them down, and I'm gonna come back to because somehow something ain't right. But let's get back to this. Let's get back to this. Any politician out there, people, that don't want to answer questions, always hostile, always combative, always threaten folks, they don't need your vote because they hiding something. And see, folks, all of us got something on our record. It tells us where we worked at. It tells us if we've been in the military. It tells us our education level. It tells us that. So we can't get mad when you see people bring up receipts about your background. If you're running for political office and they pull up your receipts, you cannot be mad. You can't be mad. You should have thought about that before you ran. Period. Period, people. Your background is going to come back and haunt you. It's going to tell who you really are. And I always tell my people, you can't live a life of a liar and die truthful. How you live in this world is how you're going to die. And that's real talk. Real talk. It's how you're going to die. And you got some folks out here preaching. They're preaching for money. They're preaching for fame and fortune. They don't care nothing about God. They don't care nothing about your soul. They don't care about nothing. They want your money. They want your pocketbook. They want your wallet. Watch them. Watch them. Watch, folks. Watch them, people. What I can tell you. They can give you a good song and they give you a good sermon and tell you how sweet God is. But they're ugly. They are sheep. They are wolves in sheep clothing. That's real talk. Folks run around here for political office and don't want nobody to question them. Come on now. Come on now. That's come on now. You want my vote, but you just want me to be quiet and don't say anything. You don't want to engage with me. You don't want to engage with me, but you want my vote. Lord have mercy. You want my vote. I wouldn't vote for somebody like that. I would not vote for nobody like that. Real talk. You want my vote. Let me try to open up phone lines again. I'm trying, people. I can't hear nothing. All right, come on in, people. Hit that like button. Hit that like. We talking about political transgression. It is wrong for a politician to get mad when you bring up their background. You're running for political office. People are going to know where you live at. Your address is going to be out there. They're going to know it. Your address is going to be out there. My phone hung up. Yep. They're going to be mad. They're going to be mad. I'm telling you, people, they're going to know what kind of car you drive. They're going to know what your education level is. They're going to know what you own or what you purchase. They're going to know if you're married or single. They're going to know some of your relatives when you do background on some of these people. Real talk. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, let me see if I can get y'all. All right. All right, people. It's not acting right. I'm sorry, people. I am so sorry. My phone lines, it must not want me to take no calls tonight. Maybe y'all can call my regular number, 872-297-6389. Call that number, 872-6389. I'm sorry, 872 297-6389. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. Listen, people, take it from me. Do not vote for nobody that don't want to talk to you. They want to come and knock on your door and soliciting your vote, but you can't ask them no questions. You can't say nothing. Any politician that's soliciting your vote, you should be able to ask them, why should I vote for you? You should be able to ask a question for them. Why should I vote for you? Why should I give my vote to you? And if they can't tell you, you know what time it is. They can't tell you, you know what time it is. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. If you want to call in, 872-297-6389. You call me direct on my phone. I hope it ain't it's probably going straight to the board. That's probably what ain't ringing. Let me see. Let me disconnect it forward. You call on it because I don't know what's called forwarding. I don't know what's wrong with my app. Let's see. All right. All right. Come on in, people. I'm telling you, listen. I'm mad tonight, people, because folks out here soliciting votes but don't want you to say anything. Ain't that something? And get mad. They'll block you from their Facebook page. They get ugly. Threaten you. Don't get mad at me because I told the truth on you. All right, let me try to unforward these calls so I can have you guys call. Let's see if I can get it off. All right, let's see. Then we can call straight in. That way we, because the app is acting up, people. It is definitely acting up. I appreciate y'all. Listen, people, don't be no fool. Now, I'm not just saying every politician we ought to question. Every politician, we need to do a background on them. I don't care if they're a trustee, running for mayor or clerk, wherever. We have to do a background check on all of them. Now, don't get me wrong. Some things that's going to show up in the background check, we may not see, not going to show up in a display. Don't get me wrong. Some folks change. They really do. They really do. But we have to do a background check on all candidates, all of them. We got to stop trusting folks. That's what we got to do. I'm trying to get my phone lines together, people. I don't know what's going on tonight. It must just want me to talk and leave y'all where y'all at. Real talk. People texting me. Let's see. Hey, call, I'm live. What's going on? Huh? What'd you say? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, let me plug my other phone up. Hold on. Stay on the line. She called me on my personal line. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. She said she'd get on. All right, hold on. All right, she called me on my personal line. Now, if you know my personal number, you definitely can call in. Hold on, people. Let me disconnect this phone. Let me shut this phone down. Then I'll get this hooker. Hold on, my dear sister. Hold on. Let me Bluetooth this phone. Hold on. We're live, uncut, unedited, people. Live, uncut, unedited. It's where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Ain't nobody mad but the devil tonight. Ain't nobody mad but the devil tonight. For real. I am serious about this tonight. Hold on, my dear sister. We're going to get you on. We're going to get you on. I'm going to switch to my personal phone. Hit my Bluetooth on. Okay, right here. All right, there we go. All right, sister, we hear you. Go ahead and talk. Talk, Doc. How you doing? All right, right. Hey. Oh, you call in, it's political transgression. That's what we talk. We talking about politics, political folks. You know, that's what you call in and you don't know what we talking about, Doc. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Listen, but hold up. Let me finish talking then you can jump in. Let me just, yeah, yeah. Let me just, all right, let me finish talking. Listen, people, early voting starts in Dalton. Was that March 17, 2025. Make sure you go and vote. And basically what I was talking about, for those of you just tuning in, we're talking about we have to do background checks on these politicians. A lot of these politicians get mad when you call them on the carpet about their record. When you call them on the carpet about their voting record, when you call them on the carpet about some some things that they lied about. See, listen, a half truth is a whole lie, people. You can't get on here and talk about you went to such and such and such. Now you try and pretend like you were educated. You're not educated. You didn't finish. You didn't finish. Now, if a person say they've been to the military, when I pull your record and look you up, I should be able to see that you've been to the military. I should be able to see that. I shouldn't have to question things like that. I shouldn't have to question your background. I shouldn't have to question your military status. I shouldn't have to question your faith. Certain things I shouldn't have to question, people. Well, you said, well, Martin, that's none of your business. It is my business. You're in the public, and we want to know who you are. You're going to hold an office for 2 to 4 years. We need to know who you are, period. So we know how to handle you. Let me know when you want to come in, Doc. But I'm just talking about, and I'm not calling out no names. I just got to say what I got to say. I feel passionate about this race in Dalton. Folks going around lying, talking about folks stalking them and all that. No, people getting behind, get behind your backside. That's what's going on. They telling the truth and shame the devil. And you don't want to get out. You don't want to get out. Listen, people, when you got a businessman, I said it earlier, that always changes number every other year, you better beware of his tactics, of his practice. You better beware. You trust me, you better beware. Some businessmen, they're gonna keep the same number. Even if they mess up a job, they're gonna keep the same number. But some businessman, they'll get your money and they run and change their phone number. You don't have some folks, people, they change up. When they're around the saints, they act sanctimonious. When they're around when the fellows, they flaming up and they throwing up signs, doing all types of stuff. And I always say you can't be Jesus just on Saturdays and Sundays. You got to be him all during the week. I'm telling you, people, you got folks out here that give a bad vibration. They're evil, they're hateful, they're mean-spirited, and you want my vote, and you don't know how to talk to me? The scripture said, he that wants friends must show himself friendly. You got to be friendly when you run for public office. You don't have to be everybody's friend. Friendly if you want friends. Make yourself available. Make it where we can touch you. Quit playing victim. And let's get this race going on. It's going on, people. Doc, let me know when you're ready to come in. Hold on. They said they can't hear you. Hold on. No, that ain't you. That's not you. That's not you. That's probably me. I already know who that is. That's not you. They can't hear you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, they can't hear you.
All right.
All right, now they can hear you. Go ahead.
You know, well, Tiffany and people like that, she made so many comments that she's the next Trump. Girl, you are not the next Trump. At the end of the day, we're still black, and we have to make sure that, unfortunately, we definitely need to take care of one another. And a lot of them just, they not doing that. I mean, it's a lot going on. Excuse me. That Trump talking about shutting down the government in 5 days, and we had another plane fall out the sky in Pennsylvania. We got fires in New York and South Carolina that ain't never happened before. We really do need to be paying attention what's going on out here, especially in our small suburbs like Dalton and Riverdale and Hazel Crest. You really just want to be on the lookout, and that is so important because if not, people, your taxes gonna go up. I live in the city of Chicago. My taxes don't go up. I appeal them. Also, that's important too to be appealing your taxes. And also, if you need help, I will not charge you. Appeal those taxes because they just getting outrageous with this stuff. So, everything Martin is saying is so true. We have to pay attention to it and be vigilant to the stuff that's going on out here. So, I am with you on that, Martin. I am. I
Yeah,
am.
but
I'm gonna let you talk.
okay, listen, let me just explain something to people. And I know I sound like a broken record or a scratch record. If a candidate wants your vote and he or she can take time to answer some simple questions, that's a red flag. A red flag. Red flag. Hey, I'm a resident of Dalton, and I would like to know why should I vote for you and not vote for them? And you can't talk to me in a civilized manner without trying to get upset and mad and say, I'm coming at you. I came at you wrong. Something is wrong, people. They're hiding. They're hiding, people. Are hiding. I'm telling you, people. And listen, you can't go along disrespecting the residents. Talking about who you gonna whoop. You can't do that. Not a politician. Listen, this is political transgression. When a politician speaks out of his or her mouth and say, hey, they're gonna whoop somebody, you better watch that politician. When a politician continues to get caught in lies, you better watch that politician. I'm telling you, people, when they can't back up what they say out their mouth, you better watch that politician. You say, well, Martin, that's all of them. I say, you better watch them. Be careful who you give your vote to. And when a person can't talk about their record of voting or talk about their record, period, how can you make this community better? What are you going to do for this community, for this village? You better watch them. Better watch them. Excuses. Over talking are you all the time. Over talking. You know, a lot of politicians, they like to spin circles around you. They never answer the question direct. Some of them don't even give you eye contact. They look off when they're talking to you because they know that they're lying. They just want your vote to get in. Trust me. And when a person don't have a work history of employment, you better watch that too as well. If you can't pay your bills, how you gonna pay the bills of the village? Come on now. Listen, we don't need nobody of Dalton, and I feel like that I'm a part of Dalton. I don't vote for Dalton. We don't need nobody on the job, learning on the job.
That's true.
We need you to know the job already because we coming in the door already in a deficit. Things are messed up. That's real talk. We don't need no inexperienced people in Dalton working. We need somebody that's familiar with the process and with the system and the municipal law. It's easy for us to say, doctor, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. That's real easy. But when the rubber meets the road, my. I'm telling you, I'm talking tonight. Somebody mad at me tonight, but I don't care. Listen, see, I'm not going to compromise for a person just to come on my show and say good things. No, we're going to listen. We're going to put some fire on you. We ain't going to let you get away easy. What are you going to do for the village of Dalton? How you plan to make it right? Get back on the right track. What are you going to do? What are you going to say? We need it. Give us some names. Give us a blueprint. What's your blueprint? What's your 10-point plan, 5-point plan to bring Dalton back again? That's what we need, people. We don't need another 4 years of messy politics, boasting and bragging and slick talking and street talking and all that. We don't need that in Dalton anymore. Dalton has made national attention all around the world, people. It's time to heal, people. We don't need nothing that remind us of the old regime, if I may say that. Nothing. Drag and talk, slick talk, over talking, can't get along. Have you ever met a person that's always confrontational?
Definitely had enough.
I'm not listening. Well, have you ever met a person? Have you ever met a person that they get into with everybody? Everybody. Then they play victim. See, that's another thing. We gotta be careful of that too, because a lot of people like to play victim. They like to play victim. Real talk. And I'm making it known tonight, people. I'm gonna be on the right side of history. And if folks got a problem with me pulling their background, their history, I'm going to have a problem of voting for them. Period. They said, well, Martin, you're not a resident. I don't have to be a resident. I'm an influencer. I'm going to influence people to vote for you or not to vote for you. Yeah, I said it. See, people, we catching all these lies, and that's not good. It's like dealing with a man or a woman. You get into a relationship. They done told 3 or 4 lies before y'all even got started. Those are red flags. What they tell you? You better run, you better run, you better run. It's like a man doctor that's always aggressive toward a woman and always act like he finna hit her. Eventually, Doc, he gonna hit her one day.
That's right.
He jumping at you, and you doing like this. Eventually, he's like a waiting time bomb to explode. Come on, people. We don't need nobody to sit in the seat of the mayor if you don't have compassion for people that voted for you. We don't need nobody sitting in that seat that don't know how to communicate. And I'm not just talking about speaking good grammar, but I'm talking about communicate with the people that's voting for you. That's real talk. We don't need that, people. We don't need nobody in the office that's going to threaten our seniors, that's going to threaten to knock some seniors upside their head. We don't need that, people. We don't need it. I'm speaking out, people. We don't need that type of behavior. We had enough fights in Dalton or the township. We don't need no more. I'm telling you, people, we got folks. You don't know what the mindset of some of these folks are. But the only way you can tell the mindset of some of these people by their actions, the way they act. It's like a man telling a woman that he love her, but he don't come home at nighttime. He don't spend no time with you. He don't want to be seen with you or none of those things. That man don't love you like he say he love you. And that's real talk. And
sorry, that's my allergies.
Okay, no problem.
Can I just chime in just
Yes,
a little bit?
Go ahead.
Now, Martin and I was out a few days ago, and he was talking to a resident of Dalton, and he did not vote for Tiffany. And you know, those that's on here, you want to pay attention to the taxes rising because we're not paying that. You all have to pay that. You know, you want to make sure that these people that you vote in office not going to raise your taxes, that your water bill not going to go up, you know, things like that, because that is so important. It really is. Like, I live in the city on a corner house, and you all pay way more than I do. And I'm in the city on a corner house. So you want to be careful who you voting for, and you all have to get together to make sure that this person is going to say who they are. Now, let me say this. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, people, that I do have 5 master's degrees. I do have 2 PhDs. You can look me up. It's VUMMUNA. You can look me up. I think I'm the only person with that name on this earth. I have my pilot license. I'm an electrician. I mean, that's you can look me up. So as Martin just stated, that if I cannot look you up and find you and find no information on you, something is a problem. And those who are out in Dalton, Riverdale, any of those places, Hazel Crest, anywhere, Thornton, you all need to really pay attention to who you all are putting in that office. I mean, Chicago ready to get rid of Brandon Johnson. Trust us. We are so ready to get rid of him because he was a teacher and he doesn't have politics background and he doesn't know what he's doing. You know, so pay attention to what's going on out there in Dalton, all them suburbs, please, because we all gotta pay for this stuff. You know, I don't pay for anything in the suburbs, but you all do. So that's important. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Okay, well, let me just say something to people. We need to investigate. We can't just leave it up to the YouTubers. We can't do that. We have to leave it up. All of us have to get involved into politics. And I know you have been let down. I've been let down. And come on, people. We have no control of when we vote for these people, what they do when they get in office. But what we can do, we can hold them accountable. We can hold them to the fire. We can do that. We definitely can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to look at their voting record. That's what we need to do. Trust me. There have been so many lies told, people. And I'm just saying, it's a lot of lies. Lies has been told so far in this race. I'm telling you, people, listen. I'm not going to let my people be deceived. I'm going to be on the right side of history, people. Listen, some folks, doctor, you can witness to this.
Mm-hmm.
When they start something, it may last for a year or two and they stop, they go on to something else. They never complete anything. They never complete anything. You got to watch that too as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch that as well, people. You have to watch it. Because some folks, they quick to run, they quick to bail out of situations. And that's real talk. Real talk. I'm telling you, people, man. And listen, let me just say this too, but I'm not gonna be too long. It's almost an hour because I know some of you got to get to work tomorrow. But let me just say this, people: do your own research. I'm not going
Please.
to tell you who to vote for. But what I will tell you, watch what they say out their mouth. Watch their
Mhm.
actions. What are your experience? We need someone that in the village of Dalton, the mayor, trustee, we need experience right now to get the Dalton village back on track. That's what we need. We don't need a bunch of fighting and chaos right now. We don't need that. Now, don't get me wrong. Trustees gonna not always agree, but we're not gonna make it a circus before the public at all. It's the right thing to do. When you showing me that you don't have a personality that's approachable, when you showing me that you don't know how to talk without being confrontational, you are not, let me say it again, you are not qualified to hold a seat of authority or leadership. Come on now. When you a public figure, you might get cussed out. What you gonna say then? You might get
And it's so,
lied on. It's come with the
yeah,
it come with the territory.
that's right. It does.
You said, well, Martin, I ain't did nothing to nobody. I'm just running for office. But this is how the game goes. Some folks just ain't gonna like you. Some folks are paid to go against you. And you got a clean record. Just how it goes sometimes. But you got to know that you know that you know. Real
Especially
talk.
if you black.
Especially
Mm-hmm.
this. And I want to say this to every every politician that want to go into politics. You cannot do what white folks do.
Amen.
You can't do it. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it. You say, well, Martin, so and so didn't do nothing what the rest of them did it before, but you're not white. You're not white. You can't do it. They'll get
Mm-hmm.
you for taking a kickback. They'll get you for doing hiring a friend. They'll get you. They will get you.
We don't stand a chance. Look at Blagojevich. Look at Ryan. We don't stand a chance. If they got them, they'll definitely get us. But we have to be careful and dot every I and cross every T. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. Have to. So, whew, it's tough. But please, please pay attention to what Martin is saying, Mr. Johnson over here. Like, you all pay attention that's in the suburb. I mean, I'm associate of Kim Fox, but we got her butt out of office. How about that? And I'm not gonna go deep into that, but she's no longer there no more. It's like you have to do what you have to do because you want to be able to live comfortable. The government's supposed to be shutting down in 5 days. We don't know if it's gonna happen or not. It could happen, could not. Do you know how many is that gonna affect you all that's on this call right now, that's listening in? And when you talk about Medicaid, Medicare, everybody getting food stamps. When you're voting for people, you want to make sure that they care. They show some concern for the people, period. That's what you want. Not about, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. No, you want to show some concern. So please listen to Mr. Johnson on this. This is so important. And like I said, you can look up my background. I don't care. I got plenty of background. I got too much background, to be honest. But look up people's background, and like Mr. Johnson said, do the research. Do y'all research before you all make y'all final decision. I didn't mean to cut you off, Mr. Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me just say this too. The scripture said, "Where a man's treasure is, that's where his heart is."
Man.
That's what the scripture said. Now, listen. Let me just say this. How can a person be a spiritual leader and never mention anything about their faith? I question that. I question that. That should be on top of your list. That should be like right up there. Listen, I am a man of faith. I am a woman of faith. The things that I used to do, I don't do no more. The places I used to go, I don't go anymore. You got to turn your background down, Doc, because it's killing me. I'll put it on mute. Okay. All right. So you cannot deny God who has brought you and put you in a position that you can win, and you don't never mention God. Ain't that something? I would be a fool with this platform to say that God didn't have a role in my life, help me to get to the point to where I am today. And I'm not a Christian. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a minister. I'm not none of those things. But I know God had a role in helping me to get to where I'm at right now today. Trust me. And I can acknowledge him in that. Thank God for some of the experiences that he took me through to get to the point where I'm at today. And I question any spiritual leader, whether you be a deacon, a pastor, evangelist, or minister, and when you stand up and run for office and you don't acknowledge God in your life, something is wrong, people. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something wrong. You said, well, Martin, people don't want to hear that religious stuff. You don't care what people want to. Listen. The scripture said, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Other words, for those of you that don't understand, greater for more God in your life than it is out there. Trust me. Trust me, people. We can go to church. You can't tell me you preaching every Sunday morning in the pulpit, doing revivals, and you never mention God in your conversation in no kind of way. How dwelleth the love of God in you, my brother, my sister? Again, he said, if you be ashamed of me before men, I'll be ashamed of you before my Father which is in heaven. That's what Christ said, the Son of the living God. Emmanuel said it. People, be on alert, high alert. You got so many people out here that's doing dirt. And when somebody come along and put the light on them, they flash the light on them. Now they want to play victim. No. Any politician that's out there that's want to run for public office, your life is going to be out in the open. Folks going to know your address. They're going to know your level of education. They're going to know what you own. They're going to know if you've been married or not. They're going to know all these things. A lot of things is just simple research. It's public information. Some things we just don't like for people to know about us, but they know. Now, what you going to do about it? You going to say somebody's stalking you? You can't say that. It's public information. It's freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, people. Listen, people. A lot of us, especially black people, we can see through, we know con artists when we see them. We know con men and con women. The scripture call them, they wolves in sheep clothing, but inward they are raving wolves. And if you want to know what's in a man and a woman's heart, people, in their heart, watch their actions. Watch the way they treat you. Watch the way they live. Watch their conversation. Watch their body language. It's going to tell it all. It's going to tell it all. I want to thank y'all for listening to me. I really appreciate it. I had get some things off my chest. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Twitter X. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Maybe I can read some of these questions, some of these things in here. Let me hold on. Lynn Miller, how you doing, Miss Lynn? Unfortunately, some of these political positions do not have substantial salaries, and people do not want to commit. Some of these South suburban politicians are in it for the power. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna comment on that. A
Okay.
lot of them are making 150,000 on that's more than most people making, and they do want the power. They do, but they are making some money too. So no, that's incorrect. Most of them are making good. Even aldermen go do see. This is what Mr. Johnson was just telling everyone. Go do your research. Do you know how much the average alderman in Chicago get paid? They get paid a decent salary. That's why they want to stay there. They make good money. I'm not researching it right now, but they make good. You know how long? Excuse me, you guys. Anthony Beale been there for years. So Tiffany Hayer, she was just. I'm talking about her because that's what we was talking about Dalton, but she was making a lot of money, and
No, well,
unfortunately,
she wasn't making a lot of money for being the village mayor of Dalton. That don't pay like about 40, 50,000. That's not a lot of money. It's some
no,
money.
it's not.
It's not
But
a lot.
she was in the Thornton Township as well doing that, plus stealing money. I don't care what she said. I said it. Don't I said it. Now she come to me. You didn't say that. I said it. So when you get in that power, the young lady that posted that, she's right. It's all about power. But when you get a hold to that type of money, 100, 200, $300,000, what you expect?
All right, Delilah Monique. She sent me a super chat. Thank you so much. All right. Uh, let me listen, people. Let me just say this too. Now, I want to correct you on something, Doc. Now, we didn't
Okay.
get Kim Fox out. Kim Fox decided she wanted to resign. She didn't want to run for another term. So she really wasn't forced out. That was her decision, do some personal things and all that. I want to just get that out there clear, though. That was her personal because she didn't even run for re-election in this term. So that I want to get that out. I think that is the right thing to say.
Okay, so I'm gonna rebuttal you.
Go ahead.
You guys, I'm gonna rebuttal Mr.
Go
Johnson.
ahead.
I work at a university. I am a dean, and they done got rid of 5 people. Oh, this place is wonderful, but they got rid of them. So the thing is that sometimes you're gonna leave and shut your mouth and leave, so you won't be blackballed in this industry, and that's what you have to do. So, Mr. Johnson, that is incorrect. She had no choice. She had to leave, and I'm gonna leave it just at that. She had to, but it was quietly. She said that I'm not running no more. She couldn't run anymore. That part, and we're gonna leave it just at that
I
because I
don't know.
cannot talk too much. I'm not gonna talk too
I
much
don't
on
know.
here, but yeah, I mean that's how it works. So even at the universities I work at, I work at three. This like whoa, I have to shut my mouth and just pay attention. But no, she did some things, and her husband, because they come from that project on the west side. I'm done with that
Okay.
conversation. I'm
Well,
not
of
gonna say
course
nothing else.
I mean it's public information. She did this incident that did happen with her husband and all that. We understood that. Something
Mm,
did happen. But I mean she still could have ran. There's nothing to say that she couldn't run. There's nothing. I mean, it's maybe a public embarrassment when you have some trouble in the house, but I mean, she still could have ran regardless of whether she won or not. You can run. I mean,
mm,
you got a person right now in Riverdale that has been indicted, arrested,
mm,
and indicted. He still ran for mayor and he won.
mm,
Still won. I mean, to me, he shouldn't have, but he won. He won. I'm just saying. I understand what you're saying. See, a lot of things is an embarrassment. to out in the public. People know your business to get out. And I understand that you got some people that's forced to quit, forced not to run. But to me, a lot of black people didn't support Kim Fox the way they should support. See, they blame Kim Fox for their sons and daughters getting killed. They blame Kim Fox for letting people out of jail. But it was okay when white people was committing crimes and they was innocent until proven guilty. But you want to have somebody locked up because they carjacked somebody or beat up themselves. They have a right to a bond to get out. They have that right. Now you haven't killed nobody. They have a.
Okay, so
It's the system.
no,
It's the
no.
system.
Okay, I'm getting ready to rebut you
Go
on
ahead.
your own show.
Go ahead. I
Okay,
don't care.
so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 houses down from me. You know where I live. I ain't
All
gonna
right.
put it out here. There's a young man. He's now 22 years old. Kim Fox was in office. This young man decided he was on the bracelet. Ankle bracelet. He was on that, and he got caught on the west side. This fool got out of office. Kim said, "No, we gonna let him." I'm sorry. He got out of jail. Kim said, "Well, we just gonna keep on the ankle monitor and all that." Do you know he killed a? You heard the story. He killed a police officer that was off duty on Lakeshore Drive, and
No.
Kim said, ooh, I
Not
made a
true.
mistake."
Not true. Not
Yes,
true.
he did.
No,
Yes, she
hold it, hold it,
did.
hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Let's get this right now. You're educated. Let's get this right. First of all, if I go out there and get in trouble, who do I go before? Do I go before Kim Fox or the judge? Who
You
has the
right.
final decision?
Right. You
Think
right.
about it. Think about it. Come on now.
You right.
We're gonna I mean, I'm not saying she's perfect. Don't get me wrong. Now, there are some moves that she made that was political. There are some cops that should have been arrested and they were dead wrong. I'm saying that. I'm not taking up for bad behavior, but I will say this. When you go before a judge, that's out of Kim Fox. Now, they can write down, they can charge you, put down the evidence, but it's up to the judge to
I agree.
keep
You
you or
100%.
hold you. That's
Hmm.
all I'm saying, Doc. I know what you're saying, Doc. Don't get me wrong.
I get it, but
Yeah.
she suggested you heard. Okay, let me stop this. Her team suggested that this boy go on the little ankle monitor. Not her. I'm not. Let
Yeah.
me not throw her out there. And they did that. He got out and killed this cop on Lakeshore Drive. I said, man, this is not fair. During the riot, they made a mistake and killed this cop. Oh, he's in jail now. He ain't never getting out. He'll be in there for 60 years. He did get caught and they charged all of them, but it's just the whole point like he should have never been out of jail.
Oh,
So let me rephrase this. Let me phrase this to everyone. It's not Kim Fox, it was her team. Because Kim Foxstone, she did not run the whole state of Illinois. So I'm apologize to that because I do know her personally. It's not her, it was her team. So I'm so sorry, Kim Fox, if you listen. But, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so
well,
sorry. But it was her
but
team.
let me just say this, people. Give you an example. If Martin Johnson go out there and get caught with a pistol, okay, not saying that I'm robbing nobody, not saying that I'm shooting. I just get caught with a gun illegal. I'm not licensed to carry. Okay, they lock me up. Okay, the judge said, well, Martin, we're going to give you a house arrest until your next court date. But
Hmm.
before my court date, I go out there and shoot and kill somebody. Is that the judge's fault? Or is that Kim Fox's fault? Whose fault is that, people? I'm going to ask a question. Think about it.
It's the judge's fault, and it's your fault too.
No, it's the judge. It's not the judge's fault. It's the person's fault because the person made the wrong decision. According to the law, if you get caught with a gun, they don't listen. They don't have. You can get a bond. Now, if I had that gun, you can't deny no person a bond because a bond because they got caught with a gun. It depends on. It happens. It happens. Now, if you get caught 2 or 3 times in a row, I understand. But if you're first time get caught, maybe second time with a illegal gun, hey, you on home. That's a form of being arrested. Home monitoring. So, but listen, We ain't gonna be happy until they fill the county jails up with 10,000 people, black people again, and we're gonna see. It ain't gonna change nothing. Trust me. Locking them up, throwing away the key is not gonna change anything. These people have a heart condition, doc. They gonna commit crime. That's what they do. And a lot of this stuff is socially engineered. Period.
It's true, and it's
When
getting
you
worse.
when you starve these communities, these are the things that's going to happen. Most people that commit crime with the with error. We call it what's it? What is that word I'm looking for? Proximity. Where they at?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go to the airport. If you living on 6th and Halsey, what's the likelihood of you going to the airport and commit a crime? It can happen, but more so it's quicker to do it where you live at and easier. But just saying that, but let's get back to this politician thing here. And I want to close with this. Uh, Listen, people, our the election that's coming up in Dalton, early voting starts March 17th. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to that vote pool, and I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, that's your choice. But I will say this: vote for the best candidate that fits your. Don't vote for nobody because you like them. Vote because you've done the research, you've done the homework, and you believe that they have experience to get the job done. Period. Period, people. And again, why would you vote for somebody that's always confrontational, always mean, threatened, always claiming victim? Why would you vote for a person like that don't have no experience about municipal law at all? The resume shows that. It tells us that this person don't know anything about municipal law. It tells us that. So this is a no-brainer, people. No-brainer. No-brainer at all. People, vote your choice. I'm not paid to make this video. I'm not paid from the house. I'm not paid from Cassandra's. But I'm speaking facts and truth. Vote. Vote.
Think
vote.
about your taxes. Right. Think about your taxes and water bill and all the bills that's going corporate. You know, they do digging different in the suburbs. Just once again, I'm in the city, so I cannot speak for everyone out there, but they do things different. Like they charge for every little thing. So think about that as well, you know, and please listen to Mr. Josh because that's so important. Please listen to him because he's only telling the truth. Like,
Mhm.
you know, I mean, I know Tiffany Hayner ain't on the ballot no more, but you all need to make the decision and come up with, you know, some answers and do your research. That is so important. And go from there. And I'm out.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's enough said. I mean, I'm out too because you just do your research, people. That's all. Watch people actions. Watch how they get along with other
Mhm.
people. That's all. That's all
Mhm.
you have to do. If they can't get along before they get in office, you know you can imagine what's going to happen if they get into office. Come on, people. We're
Mhm.
gonna be right back where we was in the office. I'm telling y'all, people. Listen, it's not just the Dalton residents is concerned about Dalton. You have a lot of outsiders, such as myself. I'm concerned about Dalton. Majority Dalton is black people, black population. I believe over
90%.
90%. I'm cons-
90%. That's
I'm
right.
I'm concerned about it.
And it's not just down everyone. It's Riverdale. You know, it's other suburbs up there. You have Country Club Hills. You got Madison. You have, you know, Park Forest. You have all those places. So please pay attention. Do your research because you the ones that live there is going to be in trouble. You know the taxes out in South Holland is an automatic 6,000. I will fall to the floor. $6,000, you have to appeal that every year. You know, so pay attention. Please pay attention to that. because it's your money. It's not Martin Johnson money, not my money. It's you all money. And if you all want to continue to pay for that type of stuff, that's on you all. But we just here to support. That's it. That's it.
All right. Well, I want to give a shout out to all in queue. Y'all go follow her. She's another content creator that's on here too, as well. That brings the receipts. How you doing, super duper, super duper producer? Not super bad, but super duper producer. All right, all right, all right. I think that's it, people. I think I spoke out enough, and let you guys know what's going on. And thank you, Monique. I appreciate you. Uh, yeah. Okay, Monique. Let's see. Read what she said. She said that mayor salaries are based on the size of the city. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
To the caller who said they make six figures, that's not true. Some will, but most don't. Google it. Okay. All right. We stand to be corrected.
No, she's right. She's right. You 100% right, Monique. But it wasn't just. She's not a. She was not just a mayor. She was appointed as the township in Thornton. She did something like that, and then she was stealing money and claimed that she wasn't, and now she being subpoenaed by the FBI. So, you know, Chicago, I think they make 200,000, right? Or what do they make?
The mayor.
Mr. John?
They make over 100,000. The trustees, the aldermen, they make over 100,000. I know that bunch.
What I don't know what the mayor makes. I know it's a big, and they get that for the rest of their life, you guys. So yeah, they get that for the rest of their life for their pension. But I'm not looking it up right now. But she is right. She's 100% right. So I'm not going to get you on Miss Monique on that. She's right.
Okay. All right, people. Remember what I said. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what Dr. Charles G. Hayes said. He said, I'll run before I take it back. And still I add more to it. And I said what I said. I said what I said. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. I love being black. All right.